Hi everybody, Bruce at Clayhorse Music in Boise. Well, this week we're going to talk about that great Allman Brothers song, Stormy Monday. Stormy Monday was originally written by T-Bone Walker, and his version is quite different. I'll put the link to a YouTube video of his version so that you can hear it. And you'll notice that the Allman Brothers have built significantly on the original idea, and they've built around one idea that T-Bone Walker had in there, which is this augmented D chord. But this is in the key of G, and let's get started out with the introduction. Okay, the Allman Brothers played a little intro lick that sounded like this. That is a G7th chord that is slid down one fret, back to the original G7th, up one fret, down to the original G7th, and then a D augmented. Now this idea of sliding chords or partial chords up and down by half a step or one fret is thematic to the song. You'll hear it all the way through the whole song, and it starts off right at the intro. They introduce this theme of sliding, modulating that chord up and down by a flat and a sharp. When you play this, try playing the chord without the first string in the chord until you want to use that as an accent, and I'll show you where it goes. Right there. So we also hammer the minor third into the major third to give it a little bit of a punch. That is a substitute for, you can do that, or you can do, it's a lot easier to do that. Okay, the chords to the main body of the song, let me just play it through one time for you to show you what we're going to be working on here. Starts off with G7th, C9th, G7th, slide it up. D augmented. Okay. So we start off with the G7th chord. We go to a C9th chord. The C9th is, it looks like a B7th where you moved your little finger up to the second string. That's one way you can play. That's a B9th. You slide it up one, and C9th. Sometimes it's nice to play that form, but typically what you'll see is it played like this, where you've got your root. It's actually not your root, it's a bass note. Your G is on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and then you skip the 5th string. Then you've got 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 3rd fret. So probably one of the most important blues chords there is. So back to the beginning here, we got G7th, C9th, back to a G7th, slide it up one fret, slide it down, then up and down real quick, like that, and then C9th, A minor 7th, B minor 7th, and then this little finger up here on that A note that actually was just the last chord we played, so it sounds really nice. And then slide it down one fret to a B flat minor 7th, and then slide it down one more fret to an A minor 7th. Now we're going to do a little bit of fancy footwork here with this A minor 7th, but we need to be back up here into this form of the A minor 7th because it's going to go like this. Okay, so is the A minor 7th, and then flat, and then back to A minor 7th, and then to the C minor 7th, and then A sharp there, and then G 7th, C 9th, G 7th, D augmented. Okay, so let's go over that part, that particular rhythm / lead part. If you make an A7th chord with 2 of your fingers there on the 2nd and the 4th string, and you slide that up 1 fret, that's basically the form that we're going to be using. And you start out with, listen to the timing of it and try to get that right, like that. And then it goes up, you move the whole thing up to the 1st and 3rd string, and it does something similar to that, but it also does something different, especially right at the beginning. It goes like that. So it can do 2 things. It can either go, or it can go. Okay, those are the 2 different kinds of sounds that you get on the upper part of that riff. So. So let me start the backing track. So that does exactly what the chords were doing. Goes, and then that other sound, and then you can follow the you can follow all of that along with this pattern. And you're just sliding that around. Okay, the 3rd rhythm part works very closely hand in hand with the rhythm part that I just showed you. It is very similar to what you'll hear when people slide chords like that in blues, either up or down. You've got the part goes like this. Okay, that's pretty much all there is to it, but it fills in the gaps between the chords and the first rhythm lead part. And you can play them if you want. You can play them both parts if you're short a guitar or whatever. But if you've got another guitar, you can actually get kind of a nice echo from that. But let's take a look at how those work. The first one is if you bar with your ring fingers, the easiest way probably, slide up to the 5th fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, like that. And then when you come down, you can't slide it down there because you get a minor. You need a major. So you come up. So when you slide it down, or you basically just play that chord, which it kind of looks like a D. Except in the one set of strings up and one fret up. So you've got your barred, your third fret, you've got your second, third, and fourth string barred, and then you've got on your third string, you've got your fourth fret. And you just play 3 notes. And then the other part is easy because it's based on the ninth. You just bar 3 strings and you slide up from the third fret up to the fifth and back. So, all right. So let me see if I can kick off the rhythm part for the other 2 parts, and I'll play this part live. Now I'm going to have to play the beginning of the first part because it's going to be at the end of a measure, so I'll have to do that. There it is, okay. At this point, you really don't have to play any of that anymore. So what you could do is to start to follow the you can follow the other guitar there, or if you're playing both parts, sense, you know, you're just going to play that part. So there's a good argument for playing both of those parts on one guitar rather than 2 separate parts, because it gives you something to do all the time. So, but again, if you have one guitar, you can play all on one guitar. If you have 2 guitars, you can use 2 guitars. But that means that you would have 3 rhythm parts going instead of 2. So you've got the chords, and you've got those little licks or those riffs that go in there, and they give you that really nice distinctive sound that the Allman Brothers get. So I think I'm going to end this video on just the chord section, because the next section I'm going to be getting into the lead parts and how to improvise over these chords using some extended blues scales, and that's going to be quite a bone to chew all by itself. So let's just call it a day on this video with those chords, and I will catch you on the lead parts in the next video. So take care now.